So, hey everybody, how you doing? It's a Friday lunchtime again here in the UK, and welcome to episode number 41 of Jonnychipz Weekly. It is Friday, the 8th of October, 2021. Let's get into it. So, hello everybody, how you all doing? And thanks for tuning in on this Friday lunchtime in the UK. So usual format again this week, going to keep it a little bit shorter. Had a little bit of time off this week, not through any holiday or anything like that. Been a little bit sicky bad, a little bit under the weather. There seems to be a lot of lurgy going round. I think all the kids have gone back to school. You know, the adults are mixing a little bit more now with work, and it seems that the usual bugs are doing the round. So yeah, I've come down a little bit unwell this week. So hence the name. Well, it's actually got a double meaning, the name for this week's show, Break. We'll get to the other one a little bit later in the show. But yeah, let's jump on over and do a few community call-outs. Okay, first off the bat. So yeah, congratulations to the cloud management community. The guys over there have hit 1,000 subscribers on YouTube, which is no mean feat. Obviously, Simon, Dean, Andy, Dan, you know, the guys have been doing a fantastic job over the last few months building that community up with their live community sessions as well as their YouTube recordings. So huge congratulations for hitting that milestone. So it's great to see, and long may it continue. And sticking with the cloud management community, they've got their next event on the 12th of October with the awesome Shabazz Dars. So I believe he's going to be talking about sort of the Windows Cloud PC versus AVD, that kind of stuff. So go and sign up for that. Head on over to @the_CM community and go and RSVP. I'm sure they would be glad to have you there. Big shout out to Mike and Derek. Saw this. I'm going to catch up with Derek myself next week, so looking forward to that. Obviously, Derek is one of the guests we've got coming up on the Welsh Azure user group as well. So this caught my eye. Super fun chat. You know, really interesting. So go and check that out with Mike and Derek. They're over on the Cloud Skills IO and Cloud Skills FM podcast. There's your links. Go and follow them on Twitter and do all the usual things like that. Moving on. Yes, some change in the Azure architecture examinations. It looks as though they are now retiring the AZ303 and 304, and they're replacing it with a single architecture exam, AZ305, which is out in beta at the moment. I believe, you know, looking at the socials and understanding, you know, I've sat the exams myself, there is a certain amount of overlap in terms of the content of the 104 and the 303. So I think it was probably a little bit long time coming. There was certainly a lot of overlap in those exams. And I think they've moved down to obviously just a single exam now to top you up to that expert accreditation with Azure services. So yeah, interesting turnout. So go and check that out if that is something that you're working towards, or if you currently are studying for the 303, 304, then great. I think you've got a little bit of time before they actually do go out of fashion, so to speak, or get retired. So. Or obviously just look to start picking up the AZ305 skills measured information if that's something that you're looking to achieve. So yeah, keep an eye out for that one. And yeah, just Matt Fatunka, this caught my eye, all about API management. Matt is a great guy, obviously co-organizer of the Welsh User Group. He's done a video there on Azure API management. So go and check that out. Great to see. Okie dokie. Yeah, it's going to be a little bit shorter this week, purely because, like I said, I've been, kind of under the weather and not really been that socially active this week, which is unusual. It feels a bit strange, if I'm being honest, because I've not actually been active or not active for probably a good 18 months or so now. You know, so just having those few days off, which it's absolutely fine to do. Just sometimes feels a bit strange. Where is my will gone? Sad, I know. That's sad. Okay, what are we going to do next then? I think we will just quickly mosey on over to the Welsh Azure User Group just to refresh our memory with what's going on there. So yeah, only a quick announcement. It's the 20th of October, our next user group meetup, and we've got the amazing John Kilmister on talking about how you can break up those monolithic websites using Azure services. So that stands to be quite an interesting topic, because I'm sure John's going to talk us through all the different components and ways in which we can move from those kind of monolithic website architectures into using some of the more modern approaches with Azure. So really excited to see that talk. Looking forward to seeing that from John. And then, of course, the awesome Derek Smith is going to join us as well, really to give us a zero to hero session on Azure vWAN. So two fantastic talks, practical talks, looking at the technology within Azure. If you are interested, please do follow the Welsh Azure on Twitter, @WelshAzure. Go on RSVP to that event and join us virtually. There's a virtual session on the 20th of October. We'll be starting around about 6:30 p.m. UK time. And I can't quite remember when we flick over to GMT, because we're BST at the moment. It's got to be fairly soon, the daylight savings. So anyway, 6:30 UK time, whenever we flick over. I should really check that out. Yeah, go and join us. Really excited to have you there. Okie dokie, and I think what we shall do now is take a quick look at the Azure news and updates, because there have been quite a lot of news and updates this week. So if you bear with me just to get my my sheet to the front of the video, and we'll dive straight on in. So, as per usual, we've got to have our news music. So let's do this. Let's get on with it. And there we have it. Okay, so Azure news and updates for this week then. We'll dive straight on in. We've got no roving reporters this week. So we've got a lot of news. There have been a lot of announcements that have been put out over the last week. So let's just jump straight on in and see what we've got then. So straight off the bat from the Azure blogs, Microsoft's been named as a leader in the 2021 Gartner Magic Quadrant for data integration tools. Which is cool to see. Obviously, Microsoft is always one of those companies, I think, that that really work and strive hard to become the leader of a particular technology area or platform area, and it's obviously data integration tools is the latest one that Microsoft seem to have sort of broken into that leader, that top right quadrant, with a bunch of whole known names as well in that space. So really interesting to see that. If you are in the data space, go and check that news out and have a little bit more of a read. Azure NetApp Files. Yeah, okay, so there's been a little bit of a waiting list over the last little while for those looking to use NetApp Files. That's over. They've removed that wait list now. It's enterprise ready. There's several huge customers running huge services across Azure NetApp Files within Azure now. It's safe to say, it always was going to be an enterprise solution, but I guess Microsoft have been going through their testing and internal feedback and that sort of stuff just to get that rubber stamped and SLA'd and all of that good stuff. So the waitlist is over. So if you are looking to use Azure NetApp Files, it is enterprise ready and you can go for it from this day onwards without any waiting list. And there we go. So there's the news article published on the 5th of October. There's some links there. If you want to go and have a little bit of a read, a bit more of the detail, go and do so. The new Azure VMware solution updates and global expansion drives customer success. So with the pandemic, it's prompted many organizations to greatly accelerate that digital transformation and cloud adoption initiatives to mitigate disruption, gain efficiencies, and take advantage of scalable infrastructure. So what Microsoft have done, obviously, is looking at the Azure VMware solution. One of the key ways that they deliver that choice, so that ability, if you are a VMware house, to stay a VMware house, but just to take those technologies and those capabilities with you to the cloud. And this is just a great story to see that with Azure VMware solution, Microsoft have been able to achieve just that. So those customers that are looking to stay, as a predominantly a VMware house, they can absolutely do that using AVS. So if you want to check out a little bit more information about that, go and take a little bit of a look there. You can see that, the expansion of the platform, you can see that AVS is now available in 17 regions globally. That includes the two UK regions of UK West and UK South, the North and West Europe. You can see the Americas, South America and North America, Australia, Southeast Asia, and Japan. So you can see that there is definitely capabilities of AVS in a huge part of the world here on Azure. So if you are interested, or is that is something that you feel is a fit for your business, then do go and check that out. Okay, GA announcement. The release of Swiss German dialect speech recognition support. Cool. Azure Maps geolocation service has now gone generally available. Stream Analytics has now got 2 new regions. So we've got China East 2 and China North 2 for those Stream Analytics jobs. Azure VMware Solution now available in Brazil South and East US 2 regions. HCX Enterprise Edition is now generally available for AVS. Cool. In development, so Azure NetApp Files data stores for Azure VMware Solutions is coming soon. Public preview of Azure NetApp Files backup capabilities. There's some Azure Applied AA service, latest public preview enhancements to Azure Form Recognizer. Okay, so there's been a few updates to the Azure Form Recognizer. Things like there's a new document API, custom forms API, signature detection capabilities. Receipts API has got a single page hotel receipts capability, meaning you can automatically process that recipient type. An ID API, more fields with the US driver's license. So there's been a significant number. If you are using that Forms Recognizer, it's great to see the investments that Microsoft are putting into that as well. So check that out. Korea Central Availability Zone has now gone generally available. South Africa North Availability Zones is now generally available. And of course, Windows 11 is now GA across Azure Virtual Desktop. So if you haven't upgraded your own PC yet, you can do that now. It's out. Windows 11 is out in the wild, so to speak. I've not actually done my machine yet. I'm finding my time. I'm going to bide my time with that one, I think. Let's find an appropriate time before... only because you know what happens as soon as you upgrade your OS. You know, I'm sure it'll be fine. But anyway, that's out in generally available now. Azure Functions Python 3.9 is now supported in Azure Functions. And just a reminder that the Azure Service Management API for messaging services will be retired on the 1st of November. So you've not got long there if you are using that API. And finally, public preview standard network features for Azure NetApp Files. Okay, so there we go. You can see that there are a few bits and pieces. So some standard networking features have been added in there. Go and check that out. Take a read of the news article to find out the detail in that one. So there's been quite a significant number of updates for this week. Let's jump back on over. Okie dokie, and like I say, this was going to be a little bit of a whistle-stop tour this week. Yeah, so what we'll do now, we'll end this week's show with Jonnychipz on the side, just to see what I've been up to this last week, apart from laying in bed feeling a bit rubbish. So yes, I actually got the news this week that the beta exam, the AZ700 networking, the Designing and Implementing Microsoft Azure Networking Solutions Associate exam, the beta results got released this week. So yeah, I did manage to get that pass, which I'm super excited to have got. I really didn't think I'd done enough. There were a few tricky questions, absolutely, in that exam. But of course, what that means now, the exam is out of beta. You can go and sit that exam, take that whenever you need to. So yeah, great to see. Chuffed that I actually managed to get that pass. So superb. Okay, and it is Friday, and with it being Friday means we've got another episode of Jonnychipz in Conversation with airing tonight. Firstly, huge thanks to Maria Anastasia for a fun and fantastic conversation last week. If you did miss that, please do go and check that out. It's in the YouTube playlist below. Go and have a little look-see and give us a bit of a like if you do get a chance to watch this video. However, it's Friday, and my guest for this week is none other than Mr. Mike Pfeiffer. So yeah, Mike is an absolutely awesome guy. across community. Everything that he's done over the last decade or so, I think is probably fair to say, if not longer. Super fun chat with Mike, really insightful, some great insights, some great knowledge and experiences Mike shares with us on tonight's episode. So if you are about, please do join us, 6:30 p.m. UK time. Take part in the chat, all the usual stuff if you can, and join in and let me know what you think. So yeah, super excited and really looking forward to that episode tonight. And yeah, just a quick shout out to my son. I mean, partly why this episode is called Break. He had a little bit of an accident in his last ice hockey game. He managed to break his collarbone as well. So he's just gone back to school. So wishing him a speedy recovery. And yeah, seems like we're all in the walls this week. So I thought Break was an absolutely apt name for this week's show. Okie dokie, and we will call it there, I think. A nice, concise video for this week. I think it just sums up how I'm feeling. I'm still a little bit under the weather. I think I'll get there. Give me another couple of days now. Get the weekend out the way just to shake the last of this bug off, and we'll be back to it. So, hope you've all had a fantastic week wherever you are in the world. Have a great weekend. Enjoy. Get out with friends, family. Make the most of it, put the laptop down, close the lid for the weekend, and have a good weekend, everybody. So on that note, we'll call it there. Until next week, I've been John Lunn, aka Jonnychipz, and I will see you all soon. Thanks for now.